This is lab 5b stoichiometry. Um, in lab 5a, you learn different types of reactions: combination, decomposition, single and double replacement. This is another example of double replacement reaction. And how is that double replacement? Because sodium bicarbonate with HCl, when it reacts, so if you look, sodium is going on hydrogen's place, hydrogen is going on sodium's place, it makes sodium chloride and carbonic acid, H2CO3. Carbonic acid is very unstable. It breaks down to produce H2O. And CO2. So ultimately your overall reaction is sodium bicarbonate on reaction with hydrochloric acid gives sodium chloride, water and carbon dioxide. And the equation is already balanced. So basically the purpose of this experiment is to make sodium chloride and then determine the percent yield. Now what is percent yield? It is the actual yield divided by theoretical yield times 100. And actual yield is something that you get by doing the experiment. So in this experiment, what students do, first you weigh 150 milliliter beaker, and let's assume the weight of this 150 milliliter beaker is 41.850, and then you take the beaker and in that you add sodium bicarbonate. So let's say you added some sodium bicarbonate, it's a solid, and then you take the mass again, and let's assume the mass is 42.925. So if you know the mass of the beaker and you know the mass of beaker and sodium bicarbonate, then can you find the mass of sodium bicarbonate? Yes. So using these two numbers, you will find the mass of sodium bicarbonate. Now what do you do after that? In the beaker, you add hydrochloric acid and you keep adding hydrochloric acid until fizzing stops. Now how is that fizzing happening? Because when you add hydrochloric acid, it produces carbon dioxide. So once carbon dioxide stops forming, that means the reaction is complete. Then what is left in the beaker? Sodium chloride and water. Then you dry the content of the beaker by placing the beaker on the hot plate, and you keep heating it until all the water evaporates. You bring the beaker to the room temperature and then you weigh the beaker again. What will be in that beaker? It is just going to be it will be just beaker, mass of the beaker and sodium chloride. So let's say the mass of the beaker after heating is 0.895 grams. Now this is the mass of the beaker plus NaCl, and this is the mass of the empty beaker. Then can we calculate the mass of NaCl? And that goes here. So using step 4 and step 1, you will find the number on step 5. That is your actual yield, because you did the experiment and you found out how much NaCl is formed. So that number goes here. What is a theoretical yield? Theoretical yield is that what you should get based on the experiment theoretically. For example, if you look in the reaction, sodium bicarbonate reacts with HCl to form sodium chloride, and equation is balanced, and we can see 1 mole of sodium bicarbonate produces 1 mole of sodium chloride. So if you look at this example, let's say I made up this number. Let's say you have 1.025 grams of sodium bicarbonate. Then using the molar mass of sodium bicarbonate, you converted grams of sodium bicarbonate to moles of sodium bicarbonate by dividing it with the molar mass 84. And then once you have moles of sodium bicarbonate, you can go to moles of NaCl by using this stoichiometry, which is 1:1. And now we are on the moles of NaCl. These moles of NaCl, you have to convert them to the grams of NaCl by using the molar mass of NaCl, which is 58.5, because sodium is 23, chlorine is 35.5, 58.5. Class, this is just an example. So what it means that, let's say if you're starting with 1.025 grams of sodium bicarbonate, then ideally, theoretically, you should produce 0.7138 grams of NaCl. But then how much sodium bicarbonate you are taking? You are taking sodium bicarbonate, that is, let me erase these extras arrows. You are taking this is the amount you are taking. Then if you want, you can simply plug this value instead of this 1.025, multiply that by 58.5 divided by 84, and that will be your theoretical yield, which will go here. Now, actual yield here, you got it by doing the experiment. Theoretical yield here, which is based on your balanced chemical equation. And then now you have to calculate percent yield, which is actual yield divided by theoretical yield times 100. For question number 6, so for part 6 and 7, please show complete work here and submit this lab next week before the exam.